And we are live with another installment of the Authority Hour, where our mission is to turn our digital footprints into our greatest assets while encouraging those who have chosen to follow our journey to do the same within their lives and businesses. Ronnie, my brother, how you
What's
been?
up? I'm good, man. I'm feeling really good. I like this. I like this authority hour, man. Turning it into our greatest asset. I think that's all we're gonna have in like 10 years, dude. Like if you're not digital, invisible.
Ooh, see,
Boom.
I didn't have my media joints ready, yo. Like, hold on. Bars.
If you're
That
not
part.
digital, you're gonna be invisible. I'm
Yes,
gonna
yes,
I'm gonna put that on Facebook later.
and especially with the advent of AI. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, it's the way that I describe it to my clients is as entrepreneurs, when we're not leveraging AI, it is akin to entrepreneurial abuse. So when we're talking about like building a digital footprint
Yeah.
and how like AI ties into all of that, because truly these are the times to leverage all of the tools and resources that are available to us. Because again, to your point, at some point you do become invisible when you're not using the tools to make sure that you have a current steady presence in the marketplace.
That's right. No doubt. It's funny too, because so many people that don't even buy from me see it, you know? I got one of the biggest dude, I got one of the best compliments I've ever gotten in my life today.
Tell me, talk to me.
Well, I'm one of my brokers, Robert. He Strange, shout out to Robert Strange. He got a referral and they came in, and this referral happens to work with somebody. A shout out to Jen Draper. Thank you, Jen Draper. So a lot of people know her. She was a director in BNI for a long time. She was a financial planner, and now I think they said she's a financial coach now. And so they got referred to me because they wanted to talk to Robert, and then they asked their financial coach Jen what she thought about our company, and she said, "Oh, Ronnie, you can trust anything he says." I was like, "Wow, I got a lot to live up here." That is wow.
Wow, that's
Thank you,
powerful.
Jen Draper. Shout out. Appreciate the kind words, and try to live up to that every day.
That's powerful, man. Like, I'm wrapping up my project engagement here in Raleigh, and my clients wrote their testimonial letters, and it's it's one thing to like have the passion to help folks to help themselves,
Yes.
and it's another thing for them to articulate just how much that you have helped them to help themselves.
And you got to see how many reviews?
Two. So I because the owner, and then we promoted his entire, like we established his leadership team, whereas before everything rested on him, and like all 60 hours that he was working every week was in the business instead of on it. So
Like me, a slave up in there.
so now
Like
that's not
90%, 10%, you know.
like, that is not his life now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How far did he move? Just so because of your effort, how far
mhm.
did he move?
So like he barely there, bro. Like it's nuts. It's
So he
it
went
is
from not at 100% there to barely there
he
in
barely there.
9 weeks.
Yeah, he barely there. So now what we're doing, because he's had a lot of, it's this timing, the timing of how everything panned out as far as how the timeline that the project started in conjunction with the things that he's had going on in his personal life. He's it's he's not not around because he don't want to be around. It's just been a lot of stuff going on. So
Yeah.
he's had the autonomy to be able to handle those things and not have to worry about the business. But and this the beauty, man. I just connected him with our man Chris Tombaugh of Advanced Printing and Graphics.
They're gonna
So,
rebrand.
bro, he about to get his signage taken care of. He getting ready to get he leasing a vehicle.
Yeah.
So and we were actually we were like semi talking about you earlier today because I was sharing. So firstly, I pushed him in the direction of joining the BNI chapter.
You talked to me about that early on, like week 1. Like, okay.
Yep. So he's going to be doing that, but he has an auto broker in North Carolina because he's getting ready to get a lease. He's getting ready to lease a vehicle, a hybrid vehicle, so that he can be on the road. Because now that he doesn't have to work in the business, he getting ready to be focused on business development full time.
That's probably where he would shine. Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So as we've been talking about the strategy that goes around focusing on the business development side of things, he got to be out in the streets building relationships. So
that's awesome.
When we talking about the how gas was flowing with everything that's been going on with Iran and all that, he like, yo, I got to get me a vehicle that is not going like be killing because the vehicles that he currently has, for the amount of road time that he's getting ready to commit himself to, it starts to be like a hustle backwards type of thing when we talking about from a business perspective. So
let him know he needs to set his miles up right.
I sure will.
And it sounds like, I don't know how many miles you're talking about, but like, dude, like you can set it out up to like 25, 30,000 miles a year.
Well, no, he going to be on the road. I don't know what that mileage is going to look like, but matter of fact, he had a networking event this evening. So, I'll be checking in with him tomorrow to see how that went. But
make sure he sets it up right. Like tell him to look at it and tell him that that's how many miles he's driving a year.
For sure. No, I definitely will. But like we were talking about that because, through BNI, well, through Clayton, and then BNI extended it. That's how our relationship like built over time. And I was telling, because he was talking to me about the conversations that he's been having with his connect, and I was like, bro, the price tag for the right broker, there isn't one. You know what I'm saying? For the right auto broker, like there isn't one. And I was telling him how, like, with you, I know when people sit down with you, they spend an hour, because he was talking about like the haggling that comes with going to a dealership. And I was like, yeah, man, like my man's, he sit down with folks for an hour and map out all of their issues and deliver the vehicle of their choice, of their dream, in days with a pretty red bow on that motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is none of the nonsense. It's just like straightforward. But we were having all of that conversation because he's getting ready to get that lease hybrid vehicle. And like I told you, I linked him up with Chris. So Chris is going to design not only his signage, but the wrap for his vehicle and some print material and all that. So like he finna like hit the road hard body.
All right. I can't wait to see the results, man. That's cool.
Me neither. Like I asked him today because again, prior to, he only had the capacity to work in the business. So I asked him, I said, bro, are you ready for this shit to go off like a rocket ship? Because it really is. Like his leadership team is taking care of all of the internal stuff that he had to worry about before. But he was pulled in so many different directions that although he was spending his time working on the business, it wasn't with strategic intent. It was through the lens of status quo, of like just doing what has been done for the past, you know what I'm saying, decades of
Yeah.
the business's existence that he's been working in it, because he's been working in the business for over 30 years. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like the maintaining of the status quo. Whereas now his team is motivated and actually growing the capacity so that as new, more profitable customers come on, because we done redid his pricing structure, we done set up to increase the overall capacity of the team
Yeah.
while maintaining the efficiency. So all of that stuff is all set. But with him now, again, dedicating himself to just business development, I had like, yo, are you ready for this shit to take off like a rocket ship? Because he's so committed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's about to be incredible. Like, everything that him and I have spoken about, and that's he is like the prime client. You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing for us to talk about great strategy, and it's another thing for there to be execution attached to those great conversations. And that's where he at with it. Like, we talk and he go out and execute. And it's
I
like
like people like that because they focus and they stop talking. Like, let's do. He's a doer. Sounds like a doer. So you want to get into the first topic before we run out of time?
absolutely. I mean, and we kind of been talking about it with the AI piece. So
AI adoption is almost quadrupled, but most small businesses aren't using it right. Like, it took the world 25 years to adopt. You're talking about a hybrid car, right? It took the world 25 years to adopt hybrids, to like embrace them. And now, they're trying to force electric. So like 25 years. And now people are starting to use it, but like in the past 2 years, this stuff is quadrupled. What's your take on like people trying to deploy this stuff? Most people think it's a big AI strategy means some big overhaul in your business. And it really could just be pick one annoying task and take it off your plate this month, like answering the phone. What do you think about that?
bro, so the way that I describe it is, when it comes to the resources and capability that comes from AI, for us as entrepreneurs to not be leveraging it is akin to entrepreneurial abuse. Like, we're hurting our own selves by not fully leveraging every opportunity that comes along from AI. Now, it's not intended to replace competence, skill, knowledge, ability to deliver. It's a supplement. Like, it doesn't, not supplement, a complement rather. It's complementary. So when I think about how I leverage AI and what it is that I do, historically, when it came to putting together job descriptions or performance expectations or SOPs or any of that, I had to like so the struggle was real. Like, I had to interview the client.
Yeah.
I had to interview the client in order to get all of the information. So it's a whole different situation where it's like
form. It's just a form now.
I'm asking the questions and I have to write down the answers while I'm asking the questions. So then when I get back to my hotel room, then I got to type up all that shit. And it very time consuming. Whereas now, bruh. So are you, go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, it changed, like people, I think it's only limited by how we think. I put this out to my team. I was like, guys, when we have a point of influx where we're like, okay, is this an issue? And then we work through it and process the issue, whether we're right or wrong. Like, okay, I think we got the right answer. Great. Let's put it in AI and run it through there and see what it says. Or we get stuck. Like, how many times have you been stuck where you just can't or you're like, I'll come back to this later. And later ends up being 6 months. Right now, I'm like, wait, there's one more person I can ask. Claude, Gemini, Chatty G, whatever you want to call it, to just try to open up that process. I don't want it to replace critical thinking, but I do want it to pour gasoline on it. 100%. Because all I need is a jump start. I'm like, I'm already processing this. what's up, So yeah, I think it's limit. We could talk about this topic forever. I'm not schooled enough to tell people that they're not using it right. And I don't have a way for people to use it right. But what I'm saying is when I look at that aren't
Can you
using
think
it
about
right,
how you use it though?
you just take the it right off the end of that is where I'm at. Or I'm sorry, take the right off. Like they're not using it, at all. Like I had it, dude. Like so leasing, right? I calculate leases all the time. They're not very hard to calculate if you know what you're doing. And it's just basically understanding some basic concepts and you can figure it out. You can do it with a pen and paper. However, I like things to be real pretty and I like things to be very client facing. And so I was like, damn, I'm not a spreadsheet master. So I was like, Claude, can you help me build this out? Within 15 minutes, I got a whole spreadsheet that I can plug and play numbers in, and it'll spit out exactly the right number to the penny. Fascinating, right? And now I'm using it with all my dealers. I just send them the spreadsheet. I'm like, here's the spreadsheet I came up with. Check it out. They're like, damn, Ronnie, that's fantastic. I'm like, there it is. Like, it's got all the numbers, all the taxes, everything's in there. And I made it in 10 minutes.
So what have you learned along the way with the AI that has made it more, like made your utilization of it more efficient? Because you do got to work out the bugs in order to like figure out how to make it work for you.
Well, let
So
me give you an example. On that same spreadsheet, it started like AI is living, breathing thing to me. Like we're not gonna argue if it's alive or not, but like it was like, just for instance, it was rounding. I put a money factor in 0.00175, give me the payment. And it's like, yada, yada. I'm like, that doesn't look right. Are you rounding? And so I'm like, hey, stop rounding, dude. That we're doing taxes. Like we don't round. And so it had to go back and go, my bad. Let me go back and redo the number. So like, you got to pay. I feel like this, like you got to know what you're doing.
100%.
Like it goes back to last week. Like I can't teach you if I don't know it. I'm teaching Claude. I'm like, Claude, hurry up, like get this done. But I also have to check it and be like, that's not what I told you to do. Like, do not round this number, man. So it actually built me a whole new sheet and you can just adjust it. I'm like, redo it until I got the perfect iteration. I'm like, all right, I'm going to set it right here. And then we're going to try to use it. Did that answer your question?
No, 100%. Because I've had to go through that as well. It's like and the thing that's cold about it is it's been various products that I've had Claude produce for me. And when you read it or review it at face value, it looks great to the untrained eye.
Yes.
But I actually know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. So when I'm reviewing it, I'm like, yo, where the hell did you get that from?
I know. I'm like, that's not the right answer. Like, I do the same thing. I'm like, hold up. I need to articulate this question better because you're not giving me the answer. You made that up, like.
Ronnie, yeah. I have gotten so frustrated with Claude in different sessions that we've been in. I'm like, yo, are you not like, tell me how I need to ask this to you for you to get what I need? Because what are you doing? Like I typed that in. Like, what are you doing, bro? And
I know. What's up?
Can I go hang out with Callie for a bit?
Did you ask your mother?
I don't know what she did.
She's upstairs, I think, or out back. You see the dogs?
No, the dogs are there.
She's upstairs then.
Mom.
So yeah. Sorry, man.
No.
We're in a live studio.
No, dialing it in, bro. Like I have had to each time, every single thing that I produce, I have to comb through it to make sure that it's an actual representation of what it is that I'm seeking. But the thing that makes it so valuable to me is, again, I remember the countless hours that I spent typing up job descriptions and performing and all of these things. And so just to be a little clarifying in what it is I'm saying, because we've had Google for a very long time.
Yeah.
So, you can go in and Google a job description. You can go in and Google a standard operating procedure or what have you. That is not going to be an accurate representation of what that business actually needs. like I'm asking the questions about how their business is structured and what their vision is for the growth and expansion and sustainability of their business.
Yeah.
So for me to just go in and type into Google, give me a job description, that's not going to be representative of what they want in their actual business.
Right.
So I had to manually formulate all of these resources. Whereas now I feed Claude the information that I needed to process, and it just spits the shit out. And like clearly I got to spend my time combing through it to make it right. But that's way less time than it took for me to write the documents myself.
Are you using the memory feature?
Yeah, 100%.
So you'll tell it like commit this to memory. Yeah. I'm trying to talk to it more. I'm trying to actually turn the microphone on because I can actually articulate the questions a lot faster than type them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm working on that. Yeah. For the people out there, so this kind of bleeds into the next one. For the people out there that are watching and, 90% failure rate, we've all heard that most businesses, 90% of them die. Dude, with AI, like at first, like years ago, we were like, if I would have had Facebook in 2000 when I started my business, where would I be now? Everybody is at a level playing ground right now. It's like, guys, this is the moment, right? You got access to AI right now at the ground level. Or do you want to wait 10 years to see what everybody else is doing while you fade into obscurity? The myth is dead. Like anybody, dude, like even if you suck, you can get out there and make money on the internet now.
Yes.
You ever seen that meme? There's a dude dressed up in a clown and he's like, I'm going to go to work as a clown, and somebody on YouTube's making $2 million an hour. It's like, because they didn't worry about it. Like, and the risk is so low. Like it's $20 a month for ChatGPT or Claude. Like nobody's asking people to invest $3 million. It's like, dude, I think the biggest problem, Jesse, is that nobody wants to bet on themselves.
Yes.
Nobody's been trained to bet on themselves.
And yeah, I think that's the key point. They don't know how to invest in themselves. So it's like when I think about the investments that I've made in myself, it was those years that I had like sleepless nights of doing research and figuring out how these different business principles and strategies connect with each other to produce a consistent result. Like that's investment. You know what I'm saying? That was me investing in myself. When I heard something that I didn't understand, and instead of just moving past it, I took a note of it so that I could go research and educate myself on it. And I can, like, the way that my mind works, I don't learn through the traditional ways that I guess the common person does. Like I got my way of learning, and it took me, taking those notes and going back and in the dungeon, bro. Like I got to do all of the hard work to figure it out the way that I learn. And once I got it, then it's, you can't take it away from me. That's the investment. A lot of people don't want to do that work. You know what I mean? Like they are. Go ahead.
Or fight back for an idea, like to have your own idea. Like I remember I'm 56, but like long ago in my 20s, my political standpoint was whatever somebody told me.
Yeah,
that's what we do. And so I can remember when I woke up from that, like, dude, it was probably late 30s, early 40s when I was like, wait a minute, I can think for myself. Let me read this article. Like I don't have a banner or a political fight for this podcast, but that's the best example I can come up with now. And when you talk about framing your mindset about this. I had a phone call with a guy yesterday. He's in California. He looked me up, booked a call with me. He wants to learn about being a broker. And if the conversation got to, what are you doing? How are you building your authority? We talked about all that. And then I was like, how old are you? It's like, I'm 45. I'm trying to step off the fence. You know, he's thinking about that risk. You out of here? See ya. He's thinking about that risk. And I told him, I said, bro, like, you're 45. You could screw this up for 10 years and still not be as old as me. I was like, what are you waiting for? Like, go, you know, like, make a fool of yourself. Like, please get out of the matrix. You know?
Yeah, and I think that is such a poignant point that you're making there. So, like, my perspective on, because a lot of people are so fearful of failure that they won't even attempt.
They won't even start.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll just get stuck in this paralysis through analysis phase of life. And for me, how I define failure is, if I have a burning intrigue or curiosity within me to explore something, and I allow the outside noise, the outside forces to prevent me from exploring it, that's failure to me. Because through exploring it on my own, I'm either gonna like hit my intended target, or I'm gonna win, or I'm gonna fall short. But when I fall short, I'm gonna learn so much in the process of falling short that I'm coming back that much more centered on what it was that I was seeking to achieve from the beginning. So, like, there are no losses. Like, there's wins and there are lessons, but that comes from doing.
So many people are afraid of it, though, dude. They don't want to fail.
Right.
You know what? You know, this a whole, somebody's having a podcast right now. Like, we were all trained that failure is bad. Like, you failed the test. Oh my God. Like, you got to take the test again. Now, you know what's funny? Not one person through my entire school career, you failed the test. The next time you take it, it'll be easier. Nobody said that. It was just like, damn, you failed the test. Like, either way, I hope that someone hears this message and they're like, you know what? I'm going to try it. Like, you know, do it, man. Like, invest in yourself and build that authority online, because you're one unique person out of 8 billion. And I believe in you. Like, you can do it. Like, the self-belief system is just so broken, man.
But society conditions us as humans to, well, I can't speak for other countries, but American society at least conditions us to be comfortable on that hamster wheel with everybody else.
Well,
and
here's another, yeah.
The idea of jumping off that hamster wheel is so like foreign of a concept. And then for those that do jump off the hamster wheel, the ridicule begins. It's like, who do you think you are to jump off the hamster wheel? Like, get your ass back over here with us. What you doing over there by yourself? You know what I'm saying? And like, someone has to have that mental toughness to endure through all of that.
Or numbness. Just be numb. Like, don't stop. You know, sometimes the answer is stop thinking. You're overthinking it. Like, it's like, dude, like, here's an example. I used to, Navigators, you've heard of the Navigators as an organization in Colorado Springs. I used to give seminars there. It's how I got business. I would go knock on the door, talk to the HR manager. They'd allow me to do lunch and learn seminars. And it started out with 3 people and ended with 40 people every time I was there. But here's what I want to tell you. Like, I would write and produce these seminars. They were like 5-10 pages of handouts of me talking about leasing versus buying, or how to maximize the value in your car or something like that. You know how long it would take me? Weeks to get these things ready. I had the thing booked like August 12th. I got to get ready for the seminar. I start working on it. Then I would get it done. Then I'd have to take my floppy disk to FedEx Kinko's. It wasn't even FedEx Kinkos. It was just Kinkos. And I'd go in there and they would print this. And it cost me a lot of money for them to print these. I need 40 of these. And I'd have to take them over there. For those watching this, this like sounds insane, right? Like I can get that done in 10 minutes now with zero risk, and it probably won't cost me anything. Like if I just got to talk to my phone. I could produce it while we're on this podcast, a whole damn 5-page seminar on leasing versus buying a car. Questions from Ronnie Haskins and answers. Like so simple. So if you're struggling with using this stuff, start right now.
100%. And, you know, kind of quickly reversing back to the previous point that we closed on, the AI piece. It's no reason for us to not be tapping into that as the resource that it is, to from ideation to execution and everything in between.
Yeah.
It's an incredible resource. It's like you plug it in there, you plug the information into the AI. The AI is going to give you something back. And you analyze that to make sure that it's actually representative of what you were seeking from the beginning. And if it's not, then you tell it that that's not it. That's not the mark.
I did it last night. Yeah, I know what you're saying. You just keep going until he's like, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, Claude. Appreciate that. Put that in the memory. You know, it's like, it's not like, I feel like people need to understand too. I mean, actually, I don't know, because I think it's going to keep getting better. And so, but those waiting on the sideline, I mean, the speed of this thing is moving so fast that I believe it's moving at light speed. So like, what do things do when they move at light speed? It dilates time. So when you start 2 years from now, you're actually 15 years behind, because we've been moving at light speed the whole time. Like, it's one of the first lessons you learn in business. Speed is imperative. And the thing that kills everything is trying to be perfect.
Bro, so yes, the speed is certainly imperative. Another piece that I speak to quite regularly is the value of slowing down enough to be able to speed up. In
No
other
doubt.
words, when we're like locked into our patterns of whatever it is, or our behavioral patterns of whatever it is that we're doing, and that feels comfortable, that feels normal, and we're just going 90 miles an hour doing that thing that we've always done. The value of just slowing down a little bit and analyzing what's actually being produced from what we're doing at that 90 miles an hour pace, to identify, oh shit, you know what? We may be going 90 miles an hour, but we also speeding on these potholes and speed bumps that are breaking down the performance of our vehicle over time.
Yeah.
So by slowing down, we actually preserve the life expectancy of our vehicle, as opposed to just continuing to plow past those potholes and speed bumps.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to slow down to look left and right so you don't have blind spots, you know?
Yeah.
No doubt.
100%, 100%. Man, so the flow of capital these days is a very interesting subject, because how the world economy is being challenged by the different things that are happening, it's creating opportunities for some and the latter for others. When you think about borrowing becoming cheaper and how that ties into the investment into building true enterprise value into your business portfolio, what comes to mind for you? What does that mean to you?
I think investment is imperative, but you need the right information in order to make the right decisions. Like, I think there's a guy like Patrick. If you have a hard time turning $1,000 into $2,000, then you're gonna have the same amount of trouble turning $100,000 into $200,000. Which we've all struggled with that. Like, it is a very difficult skill to understand. So I like that borrowing has gotten cheaper. I don't know if you've noticed it in your business, but I'm getting offers every day. Like, people,
Bro, it's annoying.
it's like, how do you get, I mean, and this is for money that doesn't even require my social security number. Like, the floodgates are like everywhere right now.
It's annoying, bro.
It
I'm
can
tired
be.
of receiving these. I'm tired of receiving these voicemails and text messages and shit. Like, I promise you, I'm tired of it, bro.
It's
annoying.
it can be a lot of noise. And I think that, is now the time to invest would be, yeah, if you got the right information and you have a strategy in place to execute. So hire somebody like Jesse to help you with your business that will show you where to allocate those dollars and how we're going to get them back. I mean, if you're just going to borrow it to pay something off, I'm like, I don't know, man. You got to do some simple math. Like, is the interest rate worth it? Like, how long are you going to have the money? Like, all kinds of things. But I think what this statement also says, it's really nice right now. Like, if you're working on something, opportunities are out there if you got the right information and the right team to help you turn that $1,000 into $2,000.
100%. That's been one of the components with my client here, because there is no shortage of available capital when you have the right things in place. So I think one of the greatest misfortunes when it comes to small business operation is small business owners are generally intimidated by generally accepted accounting principles that prevent them from having financial statements to actually like be able to show and prove the value that they're able to produce. So they don't have a profit and loss statement. They don't have a balance sheet that's actually worth the shit.
Yeah.
And those resources, when presented to the right resources, opens you up to a whole different game when it comes to capital investment. Because in order for an institution or entity to be willing to invest in what it is that you got going on, you got to be able to demonstrate what the potential upside is for them.
Very simply put, they want to know how they're getting their money back with ROI. If you can't demonstrate it, it's just a dream. It's your dream, not theirs.
So when I don't want to say it, you when a business owner, when a entity is disciplined to actually have financial reporting, it becomes a whole different ball game. Like the things that my client they're currently doing now, as far as getting SBA lending and the lines of credit and those things, because how I describe it, we kind of get conditioned in our regular non-entrepreneurial lives to see debt as something that we avoid at all costs. Like, we got that high credit card bill and we go dump a massive amount of money on it because that's how we're conditioned as non-entrepreneurs. Whereas in the entrepreneurial space, it is understood that good debt, because there's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is a driver of business growth. So to be able to secure capital or good debt that you can reinvest back into the growth and expansion of your idea, of your business, of the value that you're able to provide, ends up being a win-win for the entire ecosystem, because you're able to take that capital that you didn't have to flow it back in to the growth of what you've already proven to be a revenue generator.
Yeah.
And the entity that has infused cash into your dream, they're going to see their return as well.
Yeah.
So everybody wins.
I mean, this is how all the rich people do it. They all do it that way. I'm not at that level. But I'm starting to see it more clearly as I age in business years and my acumen grows. It's like, wow, this, it's always about the people and building everything, man. That way you can attract those right investors or whatnot. I'm not sure I'll ever do that. I'm totally private, but like, you never know. I'm not against it.
Yeah. So have you, well, I guess that conversation starts with what your aspiration is for the size of RH Auto Brokers in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So are you looking for your company to be huge, or are you kind of comfortable where it is, and icing on the cake for you would be you being able to step away from it and it still do what it does financially in its current state without you having to be so involved?
The latter. I mean, like both of them can exist. Like I wouldn't mind going, 20 million, but I'm interested in doubling and being at peace. Like I don't like jeopardizing my peace, and I've never had a partner. I don't know what that feels like, so, or an investor or equity shareholder. What I would like is some people on my team that earn equity and grow the company that way. That would be my initial thing.
Do you want to have partners?
I can't say that I want to have partners. What I'm saying is, at this stage, I'm open to it. Like, I'm like, okay, but they would have to be bringing a lot to the table, dude. Like, I got 30 years of sweat equity. It's like, it's not going to come cheap. It's not going to come easy. And I would rather home grow it. Now, on the other hand, some days I go to the mindset of I could just be small and obscure and happy. Like it's one of those things. Like I was touring another company like mine today. 30 brokers, 300 cars inside the building. Like it was like I was walking through there today. I was like, this is nuts. Like, and so I thought about it on the way home. I was like, do I want to be that big? Like, do I want to attempt that level of scale? And then I had a peaceful thought. I was like, damn, my business model is already proven. I don't even need to, you know what I mean? It's not even a thing. It's like, oh yeah, I got a proven business model. I just don't know if I want to attempt or reach that far. I have to think about what it would do to me, because I'm really happy. That's the problem. I'm really happy. I wouldn't want to do anything to jeopardize that freaking space, dude, where I'm tripling up and miserable.
No, happiness, that ain't a problem at all. That's incredible, bro. Like I crave partnership, man.
Do you really?
That's probably been the most disappointing component of my entrepreneurial journey thus far, is that I know my own limitations, and I know that the vision and aspiration that I have for what it is that I'm doing is too big for just me. Like it's impossible for me to get to where I'm going if it's just me. And I mean, that is also informed by my line of work, because I see it all the time where
I don't think you're wrong. I think you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I see it so much that I know, like I can't, and you know, and I don't like speaking in absolutes, and I definitely don't like to speak about what I can't do. But just realistically speaking, my vision is too big for it to just be me. So I fundamentally, spiritually, to a deep level, I crave the opportunity to have the right partnerships. And that has proven to be so disappointing, bro, because people generally they don't have that dog drive in them. And I can't partner with anybody that don't got that dog spirit. And
Yeah.
that is a very, it's a small pool of people that have that innate in them, that also can include others into what it is that they're doing.
Yeah, it's
Because
funny you say that because yeah, dude, like, and you know, I was like watching this Nick Saban video. I saved it. He was teaching. He was dropping game, and he was like, "You cannot." He's building a football team, dude. To like, I don't know how much your college football. I know NFL team is 53 people, all up and down the sideline, you know, and so college I think is a little bit bigger. Like they allow for more backups and whatever. And but he flat out said, dude, you cannot build a winning organization if you have high performers. They are diametrically opposed to mediocre performers. Diametrically opposed, like, and they are agitated by them. I am on a daily basis, like, you know, like that's why you saw those 105s. I'm in a group with a high performer, you know, and it's like, okay, and that's what you get. What I didn't tell you is like 6 years ago, those were 70s.
so let's add some context to that because you just jumped into that one. So my man Ronnie, I look at my Facebook page and he throwing up 105-pound dumbbells like it's light work. You know what I'm saying? But it goes to the essence of the point that I'm making. You are such a fucking dog that whatever challenge that gets put in front of you, like you gonna plow through that motherfucker. You said that you started your fitness, you like your real committed fitness journey in your mid 40s.
Yeah.
And
I mean, don't get it wrong, dude. So like all my life, I was always playing sports. I was playing pickup ball. I was playing semi-pro football at 30. I was
oh,
softball. I
okay.
was
No,
a
no, no.
baseball
Okay.
player.
So hold on. Let me retract my say. Let me rewind that back. No. Because that nothing about what I said is just accurate based on what you just said and what I knew that you, because you've shared that with me as well. So my apologies for even.
No, I'm just making it clear. It's like I grew up in an age where we were get outside, do something. You know, you can't sit in the house. And so basically it was always a pickup basketball game or softball or baseball or whatever. But you know, what happened as we aged and you stopped competing, like I remember, so look, I'm like 30 something years old, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna quit playing football because I made it this far, had a good career. I don't want to get injured. We're gonna go to softball. So I played softball for a while, and then it's like, damn, I keep pulling my hamstrings. I'm about to get injured. So we should probably lay off of this. And then you just get lower and lower and lower with your activity. And then it turned into pickup hoops. And at around 44 years old, I quit playing pickup hoops because I was afraid of tearing an Achilles or an ACL. For those of you that know, you know, I was afraid of that. I was like, dude, I cannot play half speed. I got to go 120%. And I had tore some hamstrings and stuff. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get hurt. So I said, all right, I'm gonna stop. So that was around 44. And then I was like, I gotta do something. And so that's when the fitness journey started. And I got around Matt, who's a super high performer. He's a dog. And we couldn't lift much, contextually speaking. But you know, The only reason is that he's, like you said, he's a partner in my workout game. Like, so he is a partner. Like, he is a dog. Like, I will be like, please. I didn't want to do the 105s that day, dude. He threw it. He put him. There you go. I'm like, damn. That's why I was laughing in the beginning of the video. I was like, God damn it.
This motherfucker.
This dude right here, he's going to make, so, you get those right people on your team, you're going to get rich. That's all Jesse's saying when he's saying you get a dog in the room. Like, I'm thirsty for like some partner. Like, I'm looking for collaboration with people that put money in both of our pockets, or I'm just there to collaborate and help you get more money. I'm cool. But I am looking for ways, because sometimes that it's not monetarily speaking. It's like, I'm gonna come in and help you, but I'm gonna keep my mind open and listen and learn through this process, because that's gonna make me richer too, because I'm gonna have a different way to execute. So I say this to all the people I'm coaching to be brokers. They come in there with all these questions, and I'm like, damn, that's interesting. How can we apply that? Instead of the I need to compete with them. I don't want to compete with them,
bro. Yeah, no, and like, there is only one force in this world that I'm in competition with, and it's previous versions of myself.
Yeah,
like, that's it.
I've lost a couple times, bro. I've had years that I went down. Like, I've lost to myself. Have you done that?
Yeah. So I think that's a part of the journey. You know what I mean? And I think that is a beautiful part of it, because when we allow ego and these other forces to like metastasize in our lives, it just takes us off course. So when I'm focused on being the best version of myself, and I recognize, like, oh shit, like, I'm not even better than who I was 2 years ago with the decision that I just made.
Or you make that same mistake again. It's like, I made one today.
You care to share?
I wasn't even wrong. Nah. It's
okay.
It's just all what you're talking about is getting the dogs in the room.
So, like, again, going back to my point, man, I truly, no bullshit, bro. Like, so my mom's is my dog, yo. Like, my mom, like, she's just a fucking soldier, man. Like, and as her and I have had different conversations, because she knows about all of the stuff that I'm doing in my business, and the ups and downs that have come from seeking out the partnerships. And she like, yo, when you tell your story one day, it's going to be a powerful one. So just stick the course, because my journey has been full of, yo, are you my partner? Are you my partner? Are you my partner? Family, friends, people that demonstrated dog mentality, well, that displayed glimpses of dog mentality. Like, I have consistently, yo, let's partner. And it's just been very disappointing. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's like, there's a book in my office that talks about that. It's about picking your running mates. It takes a long time, man. I remember, dude, there was this one cat, bro. We were getting ready to play semi-pro football, and we were trying out for the team and stuff. And this cat was like, I'm going out to the NFL. And I was like, are you that good? Like, really? Like, you that good? Like, do you even know what that means? Like, yeah, I'm going to the combine. And I was like, all right, cool. So we get to the football, we playing pickup 7-on-7 flag. And I'm like, yo, we want our dog, man. This dude trying to get in the NFL. Come on. He's a cornerback. Like, we want him on our team. And bro, like, we start playing. And now I got a partner, to use your words, right? He's on the team. We're like, he got that side locked down. Like, we're good. We're going to be straight. This cat got torched every play. Torched. So He's playing cornerback. Every time they threw the ball his way, it was a touchdown. I was like, aren't you going to the combine? Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, you're getting it destroyed. We had to pull him out of the game. It was like, get out. Like, be careful picking your running mates too soon. This cat was just a lot of air, man. It was like, anybody could have beat this guy. Dude, there was like 5 or 7 guys running by this cat. I was like, bruh. And we were dogs. Like, I was like, yeah, we're going to, like, it was embarrassing, bro. And so you get that disappointment and that, I cannot believe it. And now you've already let him in your room. So now we got to deal with this dude, and I'm like, bro, like this, you ain't going, please don't go to the combine. We're not coming to watch you. Like, no, you are in no way ever going to the NFL. I mean, we all gave up that dream when we were 12 and you freaking 30. Bro, I thought you were getting ready to come out here and light it up. So, when you're picking running mates, like I got a couple on my team, but they've been with me a combined 17 years. You know what I mean? So they have, and we've had our troubles and ups and downs and things like that. That's what I learned from the teachings in that book. It's like, look, I want you to be my running mate. I really do. We're going to see if you're still standing once we go through all this fire together and whatever. And maybe I'm just trying to give you a way to maybe develop that partner. Like you can develop a partner for your business. Cause I get it. It's probably disappointing. I understand. Like,
ain't no probably about it.
I'm just saying probably because I haven't ever been where you're at. Like I didn't have those choices, and so I just did it alone. I've never been against a partner. I just did it alone.
And I don't have the choices either. Like that's my point. Like I would love to have the choices. That's been the most disappointing part. It's like, it would be good to have the choices to explore with. And well, that's not an accurate summary because I have attempted with a couple of folks and the result is always the same.
I mean, that's what I mean. You got to have so much time invested, bro. Like, I know you got boys from back in the day, like that one phone call. It's like, all right, like that's the kind of level I think it has to be to get that partnership going. To where it's going in the right direction. And it's funny you're talking about that because it's like the partners don't even have to be monetarily invested in the company. It's like, but we got to be doing the same thing. I get the same disappointment. I'm like, we're not doing the same thing. Like, I thought we're going 150% here. You want to run at 70%? It's hard for me to understand. So you need more time. Okay. So I have to be careful with that because here's the truth, bro. I'm insane.
Me too.
I'm insane. Like I don't have an off switch. It's like I envy people that can be like, I'm going to sleep. I'm like, I don't know what that means. So, and by the way, I'm not better than anybody. I'm not better than them. I'm just saying, like, if you're trying to run with me, it's insanity. It's crazy. I'm always talking about it. So if that's not you, God bless you, bro. I'm actually happy for you. I'm like, dude, it's weird. Like, I'm insane, dude. It's one way or death.
No, I swear. So this emblem right here on this hat,
yeah,
in this hoodie, I am insane about it. Like, I am going to continue to do the same things. Now, I don't expect this to receive the same results, but I'm going to keep on plugging away at what I'm doing because I believe in it. Period. Unequivocally. There's no fucking question about it. Like, this is the part, and it's not. I have chosen a career path that if I were making no money in it, I would still love doing what I do. You know what I mean? Like it's not work for me. I don't do it for the money. It just so happens that there's a lot of financial gain that comes along with it, but that's not what I do it for by any stretch of the imagination. It's like I love what I fucking do, bro, like for real. And I have shown because I know different people are motivated by different things. And um a lot of folks are not gonna commit themselves to something that they can't see a plausible return from.
Which is fascinating to me. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like, what else do you do in your life where you can So, all right, I'm only going to Vegas if I know I'm going to win. Get out of here. Don't go. Here's another fact. You're not going to win.
The stats have been demonstrated that you're not going to win. Yeah.
And so what we're looking for is that mentality that knows that the deck is stacked against us every day.
Right.
But we still get up and swing the bat.
Ronnie, so look, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give a little teaser to our audience, but I'm getting ready to push on you a little bit when we end this broadcast.
All
because
right.
as you and I've been having this conversation about the partnership and the dog mentality and all of the things, we've kind of spoken about it before, but yeah, I'm gonna push you a little bit more, man. Just real quick, if I can have 5 more minutes of your time. I know that you've had a long ass day, as I have. It is now 10:15, and my day started at 5:50 this morning. So,
you got like 5 minutes. Go.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna do it we're not gonna do it while this is rolling. We'll do it afterward, but. Yeah, the partnership piece is entrepreneurship in its own like raw form is inherently isolating, lonely. It can be depressing. Is all of the things.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trade it for nothing, because the alternative is. This is how I described it to my youngest daughter, that she just in her little jerk stage of life. So, she got a lot of things to learn that I'm not equipped to teach her.
Yeah.
That just never mind. What I will say now in closing is, as we always discuss on this platform, you and I could have very easily allowed our conversation to end in a text message, and it has morphed into a situation where we hop on pre-production and we talk for 2 or 3 minutes about what it is that we want to discuss. We list those topics, and this is transparency to the world. We list those topics, and then we hit live. We hit go live and just talk. And the fulfillment that I personally receive from it, I don't have a price tag that I can associate to it. And the reason that is so invaluable is because, for one, our conversations feed my spirit, but deeper than that, I recognize that the things that we talking about ain't bullshit. And for our listeners who decide to take what they're hearing and put it into action in the best way for them and the aspirations that they have for themselves, they're going to benefit greatly from it. So
I agree. I feel the same, brother. Thank you.
It's just an incredible journey, and I'm honored to be on it with you.
I'm honored too.
For our listeners, You could have been anywhere in the world. You here with us, and it is deeply, profoundly appreciated as well. Thank you for listening for another episode of the Authority Hour, where our mission is to turn your digital footprint into your greatest asset.
Amen. I like it.